Okay, cool. Yeah, we are streaming in the Facebook group. What's up? Pros, welcome to Pro Power Hour. If it's your first time here, welcome. I promise. I mean, I love this banter. It's what we do on Fridays, so I promise it won't be like this the whole time. Maybe eventually you'll be a part of this panel. Always looking for new people. So, this is a product training webinar. It's something we do every Thursday at this time. We take a product or a feature in-house called Pro. We show you kind of maybe why you should use it, give you a demo, answer your questions. We've been doing this thing for a long time. We've covered most of the platform. You can find all of our past sessions on YouTube and in the Help Center. Um, and yeah, last week we talked about voice. Uh, we did a full demo on that. We talked about we talked about the new porting process that is coming soon, if you've been thinking about that. And today we're kind of keeping a similar theme. We're going to talk all about CSR AI today. That's been like a theme for me all day. Everything I've been doing has been in regard to CSR AI. So we got a preview as well, employees at House Call Pro. We got a preview of kind of what's coming down the pipeline for it too. So more to come. But as we always do, I think everybody's been introduced before, but we got Amber, Emily, and Ben have all been with us these past few weeks. And Phil, one of our resident onboarding specialists, he's with us almost every week as well. So, Phil, I'll turn it to you so we can get this thing rolling.
Cool. Yeah. So, as everyone who was here last week, we were talking about the phone system. Today, we're talking about the newest add-on for that particular system, and that is our CSR AI. It's a big product that we've pretty much released, I want to say, in the last quarter, and it's a big push to kind of get everybody on it because it is very, very valuable to your business. As we can see right now, Ben's in his truck right now. I know he's Superman over there, can answer calls while he's driving and doing work, but we can't all be Ben. So,
That's
um,
right. There's only one.
so that's why we have our CSR AI product. So yeah, today I'm going to go ahead and kind of demo it, show how we set this up. I'm going to do my best I can to like hopefully have you all listen in on an actual demo. If not, we're still going to be able to see all of the steps if you're not able to hear everything, but you can always test this on your account. I'll show where you can go ahead and set that up. And then obviously Emily, Amber, and Ben will give us some real world insight on how they're using it or any feedback that they have in terms of using the product. And then since it's kind of in a similar area, we're going to revisit Job Inbox. We've done this before a couple of times, and it's much better with these three on our call because they can probably show us a inbox that's actually working. But for me, I'll still be able to just kind of to show you what you can do in your Job Inbox, the little lead generators that we can integrate with. But again, I don't have a business, so we're not going to see any leads coming through. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to kind of get into CSR AI. And so for that, most people want to know
Reese Huffman said it
where
will
you can
most
go ahead
likely
and learn
take
some
two
more about it.
operations.
And for that, we're going to go to our settings. It's actually moved around quite a bit, but if we find our team and permissions, that's typically where we're going to find, if you still have the old view, you'll see an option down below after all of your employees to where you can enable CSR AI and also get more information. If not, if you have the new view, it's going to be over here in this AI team section. And just like it says right here, there's a little link for CSR AI. So going on into it, you can see that really this is where you go ahead and set this up. There is a test CSR AI right here. So if you do enable this into your account, you can certainly test it out. We will test it together, as I mentioned later. But just pointing out how we can go through initial setup right here. So we have our integrations, so we can integrate it with our phone lines. If you do have the voice over IP system that we talked about last week, I did probably mention is that, if we aren't able to answer our calls, we can go right on into sending it to CSR AI and it will handle the call from there. Some other people just prefer you don't have to have the VoIP system in order to use CSR AI. I don't have the VoIP system, and what I was able to do is quickly within minutes is be able to have CSR AI be connected with my phone here, so that when a call comes to me, I can decide whether I want to set it to CSR AI or not. There is also the option here for the website chat. So if anyone is familiar with the website chat option within House Call Pro, we can certainly add this to your website. And we can essentially, instead of having you all have to answer all of those incoming questions that come in through your chat box, we can have CSR AI do that for you. Scooting over a little bit more is we have here within our permissions, this is really what we can have the CSR AI do for us. So book jobs, reschedule appointments for existing customers, cancel appointments for existing customers, send a notification to our admin after every call. And then also down below, we can set up some phone escalation. I do understand that there are a lot of businesses using CSR AI right now. Not everyone is adapting well to it. So there are people that are going to say, I want to speak with a real person. So if they do that, we can go ahead and have a phone call be escalated during business hours, after hours, or emergency hours to specific numbers to make sure that these customers are taken care of. Next thing over is going to be our knowledge base. So this is where we can go ahead and really it's just pulling all the information from your House Call Pro account. So your company profile, making sure we have the company name right, the address, your industry. I do this with all of our pros on all my pros on our intro call. So it's always crucial to make sure that all this is set up correctly. Service area. For some of you that have recalled on a previous session, I have talked about the service area when we're setting up our online booking. So this is where we can set up our service radius and make sure that anybody that is outside of our service radius is not able to book a job with us because they're just simply too far. Other things in there, available services, which it falls off of the online booking. We've done several sessions on online booking before, so be sure to check those out to see how to go ahead and start to add your services to your online booking menu, which can be considered your CSR AI online booking menu. Having your booking settings set up correctly. So if we want to do the allowing customers to pick times and dates, or if we don't want them to be able to do that. And there's also a spot in the customer intake, which, if everybody remembers, that's my favorite thing here within our system. But we can go ahead and have in the frequently asked questions section, our CSR AI be able to understand when these questions are in here and how to answer them. I did get a question the other day. Does CSR AI actually go through this whole intake form? At this current stage, the answer is no. And a couple of other things to just point out in here. We talked about the knowledge base. So then the last part is really the customization. So we can allow CSR AI to provide the pricing of our services if we want to or not. We can also customize what kind of voice is going to be on the for our CSR AI rep. So do we want it to be friendly? Do we want it to be more patient? Do we want it to be more confident? Like you can pick any one of these options, and you can also choose what is being in the background. Do we want it to sound like it's a busy call center, or do we want it to be silent so that people can be heard a little bit better? There is also the phone scripting here, so we can make sure that the CSR AI says our name, our company name correctly, how they respond in a greeting and a closing, and we can also set up some chat script customization as well. So when people are going through the online chat, we can make sure our CSR AI is sounding professional and saying what we want to say. So that's really all there is for the moving parts. I will talk how do we connect it in just a moment, but I would love to hear from the rest of our panel here, kind of what your experience has been so far with setting up CSR AI and using it.
The setup was really easy. Onboarding had called me. They walked me through the customizations and everything that I didn't really have much to do, but I actually just revisited this factor yesterday because I was working on my call flow and everything from last power hour. And I was testing it because it has a forward to number. And I didn't realize, I wasn't sure if that was the number that meant it was forwarding the call to CSR AI. So I called it, and sure enough, it was. And I personally don't let it book calls on my actual schedule. It books everything as an unscheduled job to me, and then my office handles it. We use it mainly to catch calls that we can't take, whether that's after hours or if we're all on the phone. I do get some pushback from customers because it is definitely AI and robotic sounding, but it's saved me from having to take a oh, hey, I want to schedule my AC maintenance on a Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock on a sporting event for my kid. So I find it useful. The setup was really easy, and it does know pretty much about my business.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. Emily, any experience with it?
Yeah, so it's been a little while since I've used this, but when I did, what I used it for, just like Amber said, was to create the unscheduled job and not confirm any appointments. And so for companies out there that are considering it, if you're nervous about it, scheduling appointments for you, just know that it can do that. Which was a really good way of at least taking down the customer's information, making sure that they feel like they're going to be taken care of and they feel like they're okay, and then your office still gets a chance to call them back and confirm an actual time frame with them. So it was a good kind of meet in the middle. You have some type of way to answer and get that customer's information right then and there. Because let's be real, if you miss a call and you don't answer, they're probably going to call someone else. And so speed to lead is really important. And so for that reason, I think that that's a really good like option for those that are maybe nervous about it actually scheduling things.
Yeah, yeah. Ben, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I like it for Google local service ads just because if you miss a call with Google local service ads, it technically will still charge you for that lead, even though you didn't pick up. So it's nice to have that for especially when you're disputing leads, when they're calling nothing that's related to like our industry window cleaning. So it's nice for that too, but also like Emily and Amber said, taking messages. We even have it escalating to my cell phone because there's some areas where our VoIP system or internet doesn't work in certain areas in town. So I'll actually have it forward to my cell phone because our cellular service for just regular phone calls works perfectly. But when it comes to sometimes VoIP, it doesn't. So it's always nice to have it that way too, especially still having the call come through and recording too. So
Yeah, so it seems the common theme is it's just kind of your backstop so that
backup,
your
yep.
customer, yeah, your customers are getting the attention. We're not losing jobs to other people because we missed the call. And then kind of as Amber said, like, we can always have set up these escalations. So if CSR AI can't handle it, or if the customers don't feel comfortable talking to it, we can always send them to an actual person.
We actually had a customer, new customer that's now actually on a service plan. But it was funny because when he filled out the form on our website first, we have it going through the job inbox through House Call Pro as an API lead. And so all of his info was in there. So when he calls and then just wants to confirm some questions, it went to the AI. And so it actually greeted him with his first name because he's in our system. And so he thought was a real person in the beginning. And he actually hung up because he thought this is a little bit weird because it sounded pretty real because we have the keyboard clicks in the background, almost kind of like a call center. We found that the female voice on there is a little bit more real, if you want to say, less robotic. Um, Maybe female voices are a little easier with AI, maybe. I guess that's a plus. But and female voices are actually a little friendlier to talk with. So you and Emily Amber, you guys are good on that one. But where was I going with this? Oh, it actually knew his name. So he thought that was pretty cool, just having that personal interaction. I'm all about personal interaction with our customers, so at least the AI greets them with their first name.
And the other thing that's really good about it that I really like too, one of the settings somewhere in there is that you can have it send you a text message notification when CSR AI takes a call for you, which makes it so much easier to make sure that you're not missing anything, that oh, hey, there's something in there that I need to look at.
Oh, I do want to add on top of that is it actually goes in your AI CSR inbox, so it will actually determine if you need to follow up with them. So there's actually like a drop down where you can pick and choose if it needs to be followed up on or call
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm about to show is I'm going to go ahead and try and test a call. I'm going to hope that you all can hear this as well. If not, I don't want to spend too much time like trying to go through the settings, but I just want to initially show kind of how this is going to look. And then we can also take a look at where we're going to see our CSR AI call log. So I do have my number. Just got it today. So
We can
let's
always
see.
test out mine too if you want.
Or
Oh,
mine.
Mine's pretty
yeah,
hardcore setup. It's pretty
yeah.
epic.
It's it's the hardest thing is like getting the sound from the phone to
Um,
like go out. Like, yeah. Uh,
could we do like a Zoom on your phone and then just capture the audio maybe? I don't know. That's my tech
yeah,
savvy
that
background.
could be. Here, let me try that. So I'm going to. Okay, can everybody still hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I see some nodding. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna give my CSR AI number a call and let's see
Or
how
there, you
this
put
is
yourself on
gonna go.
speaker.
It's under.
Thanks for calling Phil's Big Company. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm trying to set up an appointment for a house cleaning tomorrow.
One moment while I look you up. Thanks, Phil. I'm not seeing an existing record for you yet, so we can get you set up as a new customer. What's your last name?
Last name is Spingola, Spingola.
Thanks, Phil. I still don't see a profile on file, so we'll set you up as new. What zip code is the home you'd like cleaned?
60605.
Just a moment, please. Thanks, Phil. We can help with home cleaning by the hour with options like a 3.5, 4.5, 5, or 6 hour clean, and we bring all the cleaning supplies. Which length would you like?
I'd like a 4 hour for tomorrow if possible.
Just a moment while I check tomorrow's availability. For a 4 hour clean, the first opening is tomorrow morning at 8 with a 2 hour arrival window. Would you like that slot?
Yes, please.
Great, Bill. What's the full service address, including street, city, and zip code?
It's going to be 1464 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60605.
One moment while I get that booked. You are all set for a 4 hour home cleaning tomorrow at 8 in the morning at 1464 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60605, with a 2 hour arrival window. Is there anything else I can help with?
No, that's it. Thank you. All right. So I hope everybody was able to hear that okay. But as you can hear, nice friendly voice, a little bit of everything in the background, and she was able to handle that call just perfectly fine.
And I know I've talked to a bunch of pros, especially like a still owner operator that use this as their primary, answering service since they are the only they do all the hats, the scheduling, the actual field work. So it does a really good job in helping you better manage your time.
Yeah. And just wanted to show here just so that we can see went through. So right there we go. There's my appointment right there for the 4 hour clean already on my calendar. I didn't have to do anything. Booked to the first available person at that time. And if for any reason I want to check on, where this particular job came from, well, to Ben's point, at one point, I got a notification on my phone that tells me that a job has been booked via my CSR AI. Another thing is if we have our office that is living in our inbox, we can go to our calls, and that's where we can find our CSR AI call log. So to also what Ben brought up earlier, this is where we're able to see all of our calls that came in. We can also check the statuses. So if any have an action required or any are in progress to do, reviewed, or completed. And we can see here that it put in my name. It looked like it got my name wrong. So, there are improvements to be made. But it does give me a link to the job schedule. Gives me all the information. I can even listen to the call. And another thing is if I click on this particular call, it's going to give me this window that provides me more information about that call, including a summary, as well as what everybody has been waiting for, a transcription. So now we can
I
actually
love that.
see everything that was actually discussed in case, we didn't hear, something correctly. Amber, you love this?
I love that. It's honestly my favorite part. I know that sounds silly, but it is my favorite part.
Yeah, I know. I've had a lot of pros asking me about it as this product has been rolling out. Just because, so sometimes we just don't want to listen to the whole call. We just want to kind of pull up the notes and quickly read through them. Also, a couple of other things you can find here in your CSR AI dashboard is, how many calls have been handled, how many jobs have been booked off of it, how much revenue has been generated, and how many after hours have been booked. So a lot of great information in here. And also you can export this report. So if you need to print it, send it to anybody, you can always do so. This time I'll start at the top. Ben, you got any tips or tricks, anything from kind of the top here?
Just maybe training your CSR AI. So if you really want to get the full power of your CSR AI, that goes with, your answering your phones and then the website chat, and then soon to be more features down the road with House Call Pro. But in the Q&A or knowledge base where you manage the FAQs for your intake flow, is where you can actually where it reads that info from the CSR. So if like you can put a question there like, "Hey, do you guys wear shoe booties in the house, customer's house?" And the way you word it, you put an answer in the FAQ in the intake flow questions, and um, then your CSR will be able to read that info to better its knowledge. In other words.
For sure. Emily,
I gotta beef up my FAQs because I actually didn't realize till I was playing with it yesterday that it pulled from the FAQs, and I have my intake form set up but not the FAQs. So that's on my ever-growing list of to-dos.
Epic tip and trick.
Yeah, so back when I used CSR AI, there was not all of this. So this looks way better, way more customizing that can be done. Even the like action required in progress to do review, like that whole kind of call log feature so much better. And I'm with Amber. I love the transcription because that's super, super helpful for especially people who are on the go, right? And that a lot of times who's using like this feature specifically is people who are on the go. So I love that.
Yeah, awesome. Um, so yeah, the that's really kind of like all the ins of CSR AI. We talked a little bit about the setup. We tested a call, so everyone got to kind of experience what that looked like, and also where you can go to keep track of any of the CSR AI calls. The only other thing, and it's not really something I can demo, I do have Ben's account up. I could potentially show that if he's okay with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um, but really just being able to do the seeing the CSR AI, how it handles with the chat. As I said, it's got to be attached to a particular website.
And
Um,
you can pull up my website if you like,
yeah,
and
let's
you can
do
open
that.
up my org on your house call prep want.
Yeah,
It's
so
epicexteriorservices.com.
all right.
Okay, look who that
Oh,
handsome guy right
yeah.
there.
Look at that. Really nice looking website here. So as we can go down here, there's the little chat bubble. And I don't know, say All right, and there we go. As you can see right there, it's the AI assistant pops up. Um, really nice and professionally says, thank you for reaching out to Epic Exterior Services. How can I help you? I would like to make an appointment.
And while you're on that topic of chatting, I actually get a text message. So any of the permissions in our account with our team members, anybody that has, I believe, manager, I believe it's called, and then admin. Like I just got a text saying that somebody's communicating through the chat bubble. So yes, it's taking the AI's handling it, but somebody can jump in immediately and take over.
Yeah. Um, that's a good thing to bring up because yeah, it does as admins, you do get all these notifications within your mobile app as long as you have them enabled. So to hit Ben's point, like, yep, at any point you can really hop in here and start taking this over.
Yeah, so Ben, when you take that over, um, in this chat window for the customer, does it then say like Ben from
Oh
exterior,
yeah, it
Epic
actually
Exterior?
shows my profile picture that I have
Cool.
connected
Okay.
to the my account. So we'll let him kind of go through it, but um we can
And
also I can also take over, but and then it will say my name as well, I believe.
and it's
Yeah.
going to come through on the business side
The
as
chat
just
bubble. Yep.
another chat
And then you
inside
can
my
also
corporate.
continue the chat. So let's say Phil jumped out of the website chat. I can, since he put his phone number in there, I can also continue it via the text message since he put
Yep.
his number in there.
And there's me right there through the text box. Here's me through the
Mhm.
inbox. So just wanted to show you can access it a couple of different ways. And as this, I call these tickets, but lead tickets. But as you can see, it looks just like the lead tickets that we're about to look at again with all the other things in the job inbox. But yeah, as we can see,
So if you
sit
want to show
here.
that in chat customer now, I think that's what Emily was curious about. Should
Yeah,
allow
exactly.
you
I was
to
curious
finish
kind of what it
it.
looked like. If
Yeah,
you
so it
jumped
says
into
setting up
it,
chat room taking longer. Oh wait, maybe it says Wi-Fi. I can always let's see if it popped up on my phone. Oh, yeah, right here.
yeah, I was curious like on the customer side what it would look like if Ben popped in to start answering because maybe the AI had gotten something wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm. Where's him in the worst spot?
Yeah, and Ben, if you want to go ahead and share, I do see a lot of things like kind of popping off here in the chat. So let me answer, see if there's any
Yeah,
questions we missed.
open up my chat
I,
customer.
I see one from Michael Towns. Is this feature in addition to your monthly subscription? I am the highest tier. Is it extra? Yes, it is an extra. It
So
is an
CSR
add-on.
is an additional charge, but if he just wants to use the website chat, that's non-additional, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I believe.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that is correct. But we can certainly double check. Typically, CSR AI. Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. Thanks. We just want to use it for after hours and weekends. Yep. Good. This is HCP route every phone call through HCP instead of going straight to your phone number. Yes, that is the idea. And Michael, if you were here last week for the phone system, it's kind of the same idea. If you use our phone system, we become your provider. If you use our CSR AI, it kind of goes to we're like kind of the middleman. Um, I find mine
Yep.
never gets email, but I have it required to take. Okay. Yeah, and I see it looks like a couple of these have already been answered. So, yeah, I see you're driving, Ben. So I'll
Yeah, I'm trying to move areas too because
move
my
there.
my chat thing won't load on my House Call Pro.
So I think, yeah, if I just go into it right here, and it might be doing it because I'm impersonating your account.
Oh, is that probably why?
Yeah, that's probably why it's yeah, because I can't technically take over as you. I can just be impersonating you. But wanted to show. I feel like we've explained it quite a bit, is that it does show up here within your job inbox as well as in your chats. You do have the ability to hop in that chat and start taking it over. But with that, I did see a couple others come in. How do we control autoresponder function of the CSR AI? I'm having a problem with the providing the wrong information when autoresponding is lead generating sources like Thumbtack. Hmm.
I checked my settings and I found auto reply on in the job inbox, AI generated messages to all leads connected through job inbox integrations. So I
Yes.
think I've never turned the setting off to know if it is, but I'm
Yeah,
What
I
was the
think that's what
99%
question?
he's
sure
talking
Patrick
about because I
turned
have
that
mine
off.
turned on.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The CSR AI responding to auto lead generation sources. So like Thumbtack when it auto replies to
It
your.
does do that, and you can turn it off, but it will turn it off for all job inbox.
Um,
Yeah,
I have heard about this. Emily, do you want to share your screen and kind of show this?
yeah.
Because I'm
Well, and
gonna.
I don't use Thumbtack, but we do have some API leads coming through, and so I have the auto reply turned on through House Call Pro. But I think someone else was having this issue the other day with Thumbtack also auto replying, and I believe what they did was they turned the Thumbtack auto reply off, and that way they just let House Call Pro's auto reply take over for auto replying for any lead generation. Because if you turn it off in House Call Pro, it turns them off for all. But I don't know a way. Ah, okay. Well, then that
I think we were talking about, and I think we might have been talking about Angie's when we were talking about it in office hours the other day.
it may
Uh,
have been. Yeah.
but Patrick, if you turn, so it's in job, if you go in your settings under job inbox,
Yeah, I don't think I have.
you
I
can
don't think I
turn
have
that
that setting.
off. Here, do you want me to share my screen, Phil?
Yeah,
I was
it's
making kind
job
of a joke, but
inbox.
yes.
Yep, right there.
So if you go into your settings, in
Uh,
job inbox and auto reply, you can turn that off.
Yep, just
But then it'll
toggle.
turn off for all
But
the
it'll turn it off for any lead source that you
yeah.
have integrated.
right.
Now,
Yeah.
do we know if that will respond to API leads?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
Does
does,
it?
I
Ben.
have
Because I
mine
was going to say
specific.
I had that turned on and it responded to people because I have services selected when they create a fill out the form, and I thought that was pretty cool. But will it actually continue it like the website chat?
If you turn this off, it's going to turn it off for any integration you
No,
have.
for sure, but it will do
It
that
doesn't
first text
continue.
to them. Okay, all right.
It doesn't continue. It does the first text, but I was super, super impressed with its
The way it
ability to
responds, yeah,
with its
with
ability to like
the
read the
service and
message and go, "Oh, you're looking to do this. This is definitely a I
yeah,
was really impressed with it. Yeah.
it'll say what time can we come over type of thing
Yeah.
Yeah, and
sometimes.
this is where you
I mean, I had it done at 10 o'clock at night last night. Somebody filled out the form and it like totally responded to them. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I was already up. So I just continued it with them and scheduled the on-site quote today.
and you
True,
can
Amber.
trigger how your automated responses are gonna work in your pipeline then, how you want it to respond. Or
True,
how
Ben. It's possible that you could figure out a way to get it to respond a second, third, fourth time by doing exactly what Amber's saying. But
With
it would,
automations, I don't
yes,
think
yeah,
it
but it
would.
wouldn't respond appropriately. It would just
Yeah.
restart the conversation because the lead hadn't been converted
Yeah.
to a job or an estimate.
That's
So
when
it,
we need CSR texting.
yeah. But guys, if you don't have the auto reply turned on, super cool feature. Turn it on, see what it's really impressive. Again, it's a speed to lead thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Just like at 10 o'clock at night with the window cleaning service. Got them on a
Yeah.
service plan. Living proof right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Um,
epic.
Yeah. But honestly, like Emily was saying, even if you're a little uncomfortable with it, just try it out. Like I was on office hours a couple weeks ago talking about scheduling, and there's a lot of things. Yes, you can always ask the blue chat bubble. or ask something, a question on a Facebook group. But if it's like, something like this, just turn it on and then like do it as if you were a customer and see how it works. Because every business is different. So with you being hands-on and trying it out in your account, it's going to give you the best feel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I tell all my pros that come through onboarding is like literally the first thing you should do is put yourself in as a test customer.
Mhm.
Everything you do within our system,
From
because we
point
have
A to
so
point Z.
exactly, because we have, and everyone's familiar, we're always improving our product and like trying to add new features. And the best way to do it, and I tell this to all my pros, is just do it yourself. Like, um, I could sit here and show you how to schedule and dispatch all day, but if you don't do it, then you're not getting any
True.
jobs. All right. So I think that was a great place for us to segue into the job inbox. I was gonna say if Emily or Ben or Amber, if one of you want to share your screen because I can kind of talk about it a little bit more and it'll be easier for everyone to kind of see it because I don't have any lead generators, so we'd just be kind of looking at a lot of nothing here.
I'm kind of
But
curious about Emily's and Amber's, how they have their set up.
yeah. So for people that have not seen our job inbox sessions before, or know what the job inbox is basically where you can connect to a bunch of different lead generators that are out there. We do partner with a couple of them, such as Angie Leads, Thumbtack, American Standard, HomeServe, and also some of us are familiar with just kind of Google, using our Google business page, our online booking and the lead form. So basically, your job inbox is the hub of all of your leads that are coming in from all your different lead sources. So as we're looking at Amber's right here with online booking, anything that comes through online booking, where they go to your website and click the book now button and go through all the steps, this is where those leads are going to pop up. For those of us that are a little bit more advanced, you probably already know that that's going to hit if, depending on how you have your system set up, it's either going to already schedule that job or that estimate for you, or it might be on your unscheduled jobs list. But this is where you can go to one place to see all of your lead tickets and be able to look at everything so that we don't miss any of the stuff.
I
Uh,
will say that the last active date here is definitely not correct because I haven't used anything from Angie's List down since probably last year or 2 years ago. So the only two that are valid last active dates are the online booking and Google because those are really the only two lead sources that I use these days.
for sure. Do you want to click on Angie Leads for me, please? I'm just curious. Okay. You can click back. I'll share my screen a little bit after we just kind of go through some of these. So, Google, we saw those come in. Go ahead and click on Thumbtack for me, please. Okay, yeah. I guess I'll just take over at this point for a second because I just want to show everyone how it looks if you're going to set this up for the first time. So, um, within our job inbox, as I mentioned, with all of those different lead generators like Thumbtack. So, if you have Thumbtack, when you click on in here and we go to Thumbtack, this is where you can go ahead and add it to your House Call Pro account. Pretty much all you have to do is you do have to have a Thumbtack subscription. But once you do, you'll just hit setup and really it's just a connect button. You hit connect, log into your Thumbtack account, and that will now integrate it with House Call. Is that pretty much the experience you all had, Ben? Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. When those leads do come in, just like the leads we saw that came in from our CSR AI, it creates this little lead now ticket. And on for Thumbtack, we can see the fee that we paid for it, as well as the estimated value. You can always hit learn more to pull up the screen so that we can get more information about that particular customer. Couple of other ones that we have in there. As I mentioned, there is the lead form. So I have talked about the lead form. I think we did a whole session on it before. If not, we'll certainly have to revisit it. But it is part of online booking. So instead of sending somebody through the online booking portal, we can just have a lead form on our website. And the customer just puts in their name, their telephone number, their address, what they're looking to get, and that will create a lead in our system so that we can follow up and try and close it. A couple of other ones we partner with. Yelp was a big one that a lot of people were looking for. Angie Leads. We've kind of shuffled a couple of these in and out for who we partner with. So some of these you may be able to connect to, some of them you may not. I know HomeServe's another big one that a lot of people use, and as you can see, you just go on in here. There's a little video on how it works, and it'll show you how to connect it. Other ones like American Standard and Train, same idea, but it's as I mentioned, it's kind of hard for me to demo it just because I don't have these lead generators. But the main point of the job inbox and the point I'm trying to drive here is that if you do have these lead generators, it's very simple to go ahead and integrate them with House Call. And as we saw, the tickets start coming in. That's how we can go ahead and respond to these. So. Want to open it up to our guests here to provide any other insight because as you guys actually do get leads, if you want to share any that share your screen or just share any feedback or some stories that you've gotten through these.
I would just
Again, it's a nice, like Emily said, lead to lead situation where you're getting all the information at a touch of your fingertips, no matter where you are, and you don't have to worry about picking up the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say most companies these days on your website have some type of like lead form. And so the House Call Pro lead form is a really great one that I feel like lots of companies out there could probably get integrated. It's super, super simple. They give you the basically like the code and you just plug that code into your website so that instead of having the lead form that you currently have on your website, you have House Call Pro's lead form pops open. And that way, when the customer puts in that they want to talk to somebody, it sends that message straight into your House Call Pro inbox and comes through like a message like every other message that you get. And so that's a good one that I would say if you don't have that, like integrate it because again, the quicker you can respond, and then while you're at it, turn on the auto reply. That way it's auto replying for you. So these are great ways to like Amber was saying and we were saying earlier, like respond quickly, get to that customer quick. That's kind of the name of the game.
We actually had somebody that filled out the form that was not even a customer. He was just an outreach person from Utah asking if we are willing to sell, like finding businesses are willing to sell their business. And it was funny because they actually responded to him as like it was me saying, no, we're not interested in selling. And so it was kind of cool how it did that. And so I don't know, I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It knows that you don't want to sell.
that is correct. We're too epic.
Yeah, we use
I was
the
trying to see if I
API
can find
leads
that one.
too because the
That's
lead
what we do.
form was a little bit too big for just the layout on our website. We didn't like the the size of it, and so we used I guess it's Zapier probably. My website people did it, but yeah, I like the API leads. Love the online booking on
me too.
Google. I also have it sending an online booking link if we miss a message after hours, which has been really cool. That basically just says, "Hey, you have reached us during after or like after we truly close for the night. But don't worry, we've received your message. If you'd like to secure an appointment now, here's our online booking link to do so." And so we use it in that too, and I really like that as well.
That's a great idea. I might have to do that as I'm going taking some time to go through all my settings because features are always changing and updating. So I've been
I
trying to
know.
pick a
Yeah.
feature and go through it and update the settings, and I'll have to do that. I love and what I find is we actually have a better close rate closing online booking jobs because those are people who are seeking you out versus, Google or any of the lead gen sources. So Justin has it, my husband has a pretty good close rate when it comes to closing online booking sales. And it makes it so easy. And 9 times out of 10, those customers don't want to be bothered by phone. They want, digital communication, text message, email, and yeah, it works really well for us.
Yeah, we live in a world where everything's at our fingertips and we can order dinner and it's delivered to our house and we don't ever have to leave, and we can order things on Amazon. And like that's what online booking does for your customers is it allows them to literally order those services just like they do all the other things in life right now that we can order online. So I think House Call Pro nailed it with that one for sure.
Yeah. Cool, cool. Always good to hear. With that, to be honest, I don't really have more to really show. Any other questions from our pros in the audience that we can address before we sling it back over to Chris?
If anybody's interested in CSR AI, feel free, drop it in the chat, or send me an email or find me in the Facebook group. I can get you connected. If you're watching this recording later, we'll be sure to include a link where you can basically request to get more info from our team.
Yeah, this was a good session. Especially, I got a lot of pros that come in and are curious about CSR AI, so I appreciate you three being on here and pointing out the highlights and helping us go through this.
And I know Emily plugged it earlier, but office hours is another great space on a Friday. I'm Eastern Standard, so for me it's two from 2 to 3. And it's a great you get business owners, you get all most of the time the three of us, plus more, and you it's a completely open, no agenda. You can talk about whatever your heart desires. And if you're in the Orlando area and next week and you wish to see Ben and I in person, and maybe vote for
It's some
who's
good
got
old
the better
drama.
shirt,
It's like a
is
reality TV show.
who's got the better company t-shirts. We will be in Orlando. I will be there the 26th and part of the 27th. Ben will be there the entire time, but I highly recommend the 26th or the 27th in the morning, because then
I
you can
think
see me.
y'all just unlocked our next campaign or our contest. We've been doing we had the 40 under 40. We got the
Yes.
top 50 unforgettable service names. Maybe the next one is like something to do with
A
your
Company
brand.
t-shirt, the
Brand.
brand look.
Or
yeah.
brand.
Ben, come on. I got
Yes. You got
three
the
people
matching
here.
wraps too?
I got the matching wraps too.
Really?
Yeah, just
Send me a
wait.
pic.
I can do you one better. I had a camera crew in my office last week with 3 cameras and a drone. When I get that
That's
rough
cool. That's
cut, it'll
cool.
be in your
Oh.
DM.
I have a videographer on staff.
Jamie, I hope to see you next week when we're in Orlando, and I highly recommend voting for the DeLong and Sons as the best t-shirt
You're
of the
not
week.
looking forward to seeing me, Amber?
I mean, I'll see you too, but
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to
We
seeing
won't look at
Jamie.
each other.
I've never talked to Jamie before, so I have to talk to you every Friday for 2 hours.
It's a get to.
If you're not going to be in Orlando next week and you're going to be joining us again next Thursday, we're going to be talking about invoicing and payments a little bit. Got a new list view, payments list view and reporting. We'll talk about customer reference numbers are coming soon. I don't think we'll be able to show or talk too much, but we'll go through invoices and payments together. Like Amber said, join us for office hours tomorrow. My last plug as well is Trades Thursday on October 1st. We are activating meetups across the country. I know Amber's going to be a host. I know Emily's going to be a host. Ben, are you going to be a host?
I've not heard.
Okay.
I
Well,
sent
I
a
we are
will be
message
in
to
looking
Shayna.
we
Denver.
are looking for more hosts. So if anybody is interested in hosting an event in your backyard, not literally your backyard, unless you want to,
We got a
in your
pool.
area, let us know. I'll get you the link. We're looking for people all over the country and maybe even Canada too, if you're a Canadian pro. So reach out, let us
I will
know.
be in Denver. I will be at the House Call Pro headquarters on October 1st and giving some presentations. I haven't solidified them yet, so by the next time I'm on here, I'll be able to tell you what I'm presenting on, hopefully.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, thank you all once again, our panel. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you, Phil. And we'll see everybody next week.
All right, take care.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
See ya.